As you may be aware, since the removal of the petroleum subsidy, we have been in constant negotiation with the labor union in the states in crafting a way forward on how we can provide palliative to our teeming workforce in the Enugu State. And that negotiation has been ongoing. You're also aware that some months ago, we released some bags of rice and also maize across the entire state, across the different wards in Enugu State. We are very conscious of the welfare of our workforce because we have said severally that we have the goal to eradicate poverty in Enugu State and to lift our people who are living below the poverty line out of the pit of poverty. So a lot of the programs that we have designed in the state is targeted at our rural poor to see how we can get them out of the poverty pit. Whereas you may be wondering what is going on in the area of payment. We have plans to make payments to our workers. But what is even more important are other social services that we spend no time to get cracking on. As you may already know, we've embarked on the construction of 260 smart schools in Enugu State. In addition to the construction of 260 smart schools, we're also doing teachers' quarters. So the idea is that our teachers, those teaching in primary school, will live within a close proximity to where they are teaching. So there will be no need for them to pay for transportation to get to their place of work. There will also be no need for them to pay for accommodation because the state is going to provide both accommodation and, of course, as I said, they will live within close proximity to their place of living. We're also interested in access to basic need. These things that we have come to consider as basic for the existence of any human being, things like water. We've embarked on aggressive programs to ensure that our rural dwellers have also access to water. The state has set aside about 1.5 billion naira to ensure that we embark on a lot of community social development programs. So for communities that do not have water, we're going to provide borehole and water stand for them. For those that lack toilet facilities, we're also going to build public toilets for them and ensure that we put to an end the era of open defecation in Enugu State. And the same thing will happen for hygiene. We ensure that all this is ongoing beyond these projects that we are going to carry out in our communities. We also have plans to provide support for our indigent ones. So part of this fund is also going to go towards providing support for the very poor ones in our communities. The state is just concluding the update of our social register. We've now expanded our social register to accommodate up to 260,000 indigent people in our state. And this was about 43,000, now to 260,000. So for each ward, we have at least 1,000 people that we have captured in our social register. And that's also a platform that we're going to use to do cash transfer to again our indigent ones. So there are a lot of programs, even in the healthcare sector. we have plans to do 260 model primary healthcare centers across the state. Between now and the end of the year, our plan is to build at least 30. And into next year, we have already in the budget to do 230 additional primary healthcare centers. So when you now talk about the money, if you try to monetize the value of this benefit, you see that a typical worker in Enugu State here, by the time you put a monetary value to all the social services we're providing, you can't even be talking about a minimum wage of 100,000, because these things have, monetary value that, that is way more than 100,000, as minimum wage. With effect from next month, we're going to also make a flat payment to all categories of our workers, beginning from our local government civil servants, the primary school teachers, and the secondary school teachers, and also the state civil servants. We're going to categorize them, and there will be a flat payment of between 10 and 25,000, depending on the category. And that payment is going to continue till April. We're going to pay that every month. In addition to their salary, they are going to get those flat payments from now to April. Our hope is that by the end of April, the committee that is reviewing the minimum wage will have come up with what will then become the minimum wage. And so from there, we're just going to carry on with the implementation of what is then set as the minimum wage. So ours would be to continue to encourage and to deploy programs that would see to the lifting of our people out of the pit of poverty in Enugu State. So the plan to ensure that we bring or we achieve a 0% rate in our poverty headcount index is on course. And we're going to ensure that both in terms of policy and our implementation of projects and plans will be consistent to that overarching goal. So I want to welcome you again, and I want to thank you immensely for the cooperation and support we've been receiving so far from the NLC and the TUC in the state. We want to tell you that your welfare is indeed our concern.
Actually, since the inception of this government, it has been great for the people of Enugu State, especially the workers. First of all, our salary has come in as an advantage. Yes, some people may say the salary is not adequate, but when it fails to come when it's supposed to come, you will now realize the importance of the salary coming in when it's supposed to come. So we are grateful, sir. We are most grateful, sir. More especially this announcement Your Excellency have made, sir. I don't know how to express myself, because we have been inundated with calls since the federal government announced that 5,000 wage award and asked states to go and negotiate. People continue to call. What has happened? Are you talking to His Excellency? What have come out of it, and so on and so forth. More importantly today, sir, is that there was no war to get this. This one came on a platter of gold. We didn't come begging and crying and shouting and we no agree, we no agree. It is out of your heart, abundance of your heart, that you decided to greet us with this big news. Yes, there's a nationwide strike, but I think Enugu State have something to go and tell the workers. As I move out here today, I'm going to work like a newly ordained priest. Because honestly, we are not expecting this. It is like everywhere. But what we are going home today is a welcome development. What I've been clamoring for, what I've been praying for. Your Excellency, you have lifted me up again. At least I'll be bold to say that it's during my tenure that this new, because in the past you have to beg, you have to lobby. But this one just came on its own. Our promotion is also on the way for 2023. In the past, you have to spend years before you get promoted. But I think we are seeing a great leaf, a new leaf. And I wouldn't want to bore you with much speech. All I have to say, Your Excellency, is that I'm overwhelmed. I am happy. I'm going to carry this message home. I'm going to assure you that by the special grace of God, we are going to continue to support this administration.
You've made us today to understand that all you said during the election were not political promises. We've come to realize that you meant business. If you could move this far within a few months of taking over as the governor of Enugu State, that means we are very sure that our tomorrow is bright. Thank you, Your Excellency. We don't want to say much. When we go out there, we'll boldly talk to workers, knowing fully well that we are working with a brother that cares. And not just a governor, but a brother. Because we didn't come to shout at the gate there before you did this. You sat down and talked about it, considering the plight of the people you are leading. That shows that you are more than considerate. Your Excellency, we are very happy, we are impressed. And like my colleague has said, we are showing you of our support. Because if you fail, it means we will crash. But if you succeed, we will also be successful. The success is ours. And we have no reason whatsoever not to support you to succeed. We are very proud of you, sir. Because this has already shown us, it's not only that you are giving us this way award, we've already made it clear. And we are looking forward to a conclusion of minimum wage negotiation, which is always what we've prayed for in this evening. We have a brighter tomorrow, like I said. Thank you, Your Excellency. We are grateful.